So the reason I'm filming it on this webcam today is because A, I wanted to test it out and see how it works. And also because Stephanie is here.
Hi.
I don't really have too much time to upload and export and stuff, so yeah. So this week is because the week is still happening, embarrassing stories. I tend not to have things that embarrass me tend not to be things that I'll find funny later, but I do have one, which is from when I was 12. We were playing Truth. I wasn't actually playing, but some of my friends were playing Truth or Dare over the phone or something. Dares to do by the end of the week, and one of them was to kiss the guy that they like on the cheek because we were 12. They came to school the next day, and then apparently it applied to everyone, and I was like, what? But we got candy if we did it. So I was like, hey, this is pretty sweet. Like someone was gonna bring in candy of some kind, like Smarties or something, I don't remember. But all my friends, the guys they liked, were about the same height or shorter than them because we were still 12, and the guy I liked was taller than me. So I went to kiss him on the cheek and blew in his ear. I couldn't reach. Oh, it was pretty bad, and like he didn't realize for a long time. He was like, what? Everyone was confused. I'm still teased about that to this day sometimes, so I think that qualifies, and now the internet knows, so congratulations. I know how dumb my 12-year-old self would be. I didn't get candy. Nobody else did either, though, because we just didn't bother to actually get any. On the topic of embarrassing things, right, a lot of people tend to be very self-conscious, which is a common thing, obviously, because people wonder what others think about them. They just do. But the thing that a lot of people need to realize is that if you're going to do something that makes you look crazy, you need to just go with it. At Link Day at school, we do a whole bunch of silly things, like we're lined up and then every other person needs to stop and say something to them. And they were things like, hey, how you doing? To be quite frank, you look a lot cooler doing it if you go all out and you're like, hey, and stuff, than if you're just like, hey, how are you doing? Point being that if you're easily embarrassed by these kinds of things, you just won't have too much fun.
I'm embarrassed by them, but I still do them.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother you, though.
Sometimes.
A little bit. Well, depends what it is.
Yeah.
If it's things like,
kissing someone on the cheek and blowing them in the ear.
Oh.
I never knew that. Now I do.
Now she knows. Now she knows. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I find it kind of weird sometimes when people are overly self-conscious as to other people's videos. JR and Sydney, I'm very sorry for your losses. And it's a really serious topic, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But there's one thing that I want to talk to, and that's hindsight. When people mention things about how, looking back, I should have noticed something. Maybe I could have done something. Looking back and thinking that you could have done something is called hindsight bias, and it's one of the things that will drive you absolutely crazy. It can be difficult to avoid. I do it all the time. I think back at anything and just how I could have changed things, what I could have done better, but at the same time I still try to understand that what happened, it happened, and especially looking back with hindsight bias, you go, oh, well, there was this, and this, and this, and it's always easier to see the signs for something if you know what you're looking for, but at the time you don't, and so you need to understand that you did what you could have, and that's the best anyone could ask of you.
Hi, everybody on the internet.
Well, not everyone on the internet. We only have like 25 subscribers.
Well, hi, 25 people who actually watch
7
this.
of them are us, so that we get the
hi, everybody.
things in our subscription box.
Hi, everybody who actually watches.
But yeah, so Kianja, I will see you tomorrow, and everyone else the rest of the week. I'm definitely going back to using my regular camera. Anyway, bye.